Have you ever stopped to think about how AI and blockchain, these really cutting edge technologies, aren't just buzzwords anymore? How they're actually fundamentally changing something as, well, established as finance and investment.
Yeah, it's happening fast. And today, that's exactly what we're diving into.
We're focusing on one specific company today, right? AIFEEX.
That's the one, AIFEEX. We've pulled together insights from quite a detailed article and also a YouTube video transcript that really digs into what they're doing.
Okay, so what's our goal here? What do we want people to take away?
Well, the mission for this deep dive is really to unpack what AIFEEX is strategically trying to achieve. How are their specific technologies actually transforming the investment game? And maybe more importantly, what does this signal for the future of finance overall?
Sort of a strategic look at a company that could really shake things up.
Exactly. Think of it as getting an inside look at their playbook, their potential impact.
And hopefully by the end of this, you listening will have a really clear, insightful picture of AIFEX's vision, their potential, especially if you're interested in where, like, informed investing is heading.
Definitely.
So let's kick things off. Who is AIFEX? The basics first.
Okay, so our sources say they're a tech company headquartered in New York,
Yeah.
USA.
Right. New York tech company. Sounds familiar, maybe? Lots of those.
It does on the surface. But here's where it gets interesting and what the sources really highlight. It's their R&D team. Their research and development is apparently exceptionally strong.
Okay, strong R&D. What does that mean in practice, though?
It means this isn't just slapping some off-the-shelf AI onto a problem. They're going deep. They're really pushing how AI and blockchain can solve, fundamental issues in finance, things others might overlook.
Like what kind of issues?
Well, for example, lots of firms struggle with explaining why their AI makes certain financial predictions.
Right.
It's this black box problem, right? It limits trust.
Ah, okay. The interpretability issue.
Exactly. AIKX, from what we gather, is building models that don't just predict accurately, but they also aim to offer clearer reasons why. That bridge between the complex AI and sort of human confidence, that's crucial for investors.
That focus on interpretability, not just the prediction. That is fascinating. So you mentioned this R&D strength. What have they actually built? What are the concrete successes?
Yeah, good question. The materials we looked at confirm they aren't just talking concepts. They've successfully developed and actually implemented advanced deep learning models and natural language processing NLP algorithms too.
Implemented already, not just in the lab.
Correct. And this is key for you, the listener. These models are out there, working, deployed across different sectors. Finance is the big one, obviously, but they're also being used in education and even in AI data analysis itself.
Okay, deep learning NLP. Applying that to finance, though, I mean, the data in finance is just immense, right? It's messy, unstructured sometimes, changing constantly. That seems incredibly challenging.
Oh, it absolutely is. That's a huge hurdle. Finance isn't neat and tidy. It's this chaotic mix of economic numbers, news headlines, social media sentiment, human psychology, all moving at high speed.
So how do they handle that? What's the difficulty there?
The sheer volume, the speed, the variety of data, it's overwhelming. And you need real-time analysis because the markets wait for no one. Plus, the stakes are incredibly high. Traditional models, they often get lost in all that noise.
Right, finding the signal.
Exactly. AIFEX's edge seems to be in training these deep learning networks to spot really subtle patterns, causal links maybe, that a human analyst or even simpler algorithms would just completely miss.
Can you give us a more, like, tangible example? Something really specific their AI might pick up that a human just wouldn't because of that scale or complexity?
Sure. Imagine their AI sifting through, say, thousands of global news articles in real time, not just headlines, but understanding the tone, the subtle shifts in concern across all that text, and then correlating that sentiment to specific market sectors to forecast potential movements. That takes immense processing power and sophisticated NLP. Or think about deep learning analyzing high-frequency trading data, looking for tiny millisecond-long anomalies in how the market is structured that could signal something bigger.
Things happening too fast for us to even register?
Pretty much. These are signals that are practically invisible without that kind of speed and scale. The source material actually describes their performance in analysis, image recognition, NLP as amazing, calls it a strong foundation.
Okay, amazing is a strong word, but it sounds like this capability gives them a real competitive advantage, finding opportunities others just can't see.
That seems to be the core idea, identifying and acting on things others miss.
That's really insightful. It's almost like seeing financial patterns on a different level of complexity. Okay, so we've got the AI side, deep learning, NLP, but you mentioned blockchain earlier. How does that fit into the picture?
Right, blockchain. It's the other key pillar. Now, our sources don't give us, like, the full technical schematics on their specific integration.
Understandable.
But generally, in this kind of context, blockchain is there to boost transparency and, maybe even more critically, the immutability of data and transactions. It acts as this kind of hidden but fundamental layer of trust.
So not about crypto trading itself, but using the underlying tech for like record keeping and verification.
Precisely. Think about how it could work within their fund. You could have verifiable, tamper-proof records for every single transaction in an immutable ledger showing where capital moved, when, why auditable by anyone permitted.
Which builds confidence in the fund's operations.
Definitely. And maybe even more vital for the AI side.
Yeah.
Guaranteeing the data feeding the AI is genuine, that it's accurate, hasn't been messed with.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out, especially with AI.
You got it. If your AI is making multi-million-dollar decisions based on data, you absolutely have to trust that data's origin and integrity. Blockchain can provide that assurance.
Okay, so AI for the sharp analysis, finding those hidden patterns, and blockchain for the trust, the security, the data integrity. That sounds powerful on paper, but are there, challenges in actually making these two complex technologies work together smoothly?
That's a really sharp point. It's definitely not trivial. One potential challenge is speed. Blockchain confirmation times can sometimes be slower than what you need for real-time AI financial analysis. You don't want the record keeping to become a bottleneck.
Right?
Another is just scale. Can the blockchain solution handle the sheer amount of data? AIFEEX's AI is likely processing. Now, the sources don't spell out their exact architecture.
But the fact they've deployed it suggests they've tackled these.
That's the implication, yes. They seem to have found a way to make it work. This combination, AI plus blockchain, it's vital for building reliable AI models. It gives the whole system this framework of protection and credibility. It's not just about smart analysis, it's about trustworthy operations, which is critical for investors.
Yeah, that makes sense. Trust built on top of the tech. Okay, let's shift focus a bit. We've talked tech, let's talk people. Who are the actual humans driving all this? What's the team like at AIFEX?
Yes, the team. This is another area where the sources suggest AIFEX really shines. The word used is exceptional.
Exceptional. High praise.
It is. And it's not just, a few smart folks. It's described as a deliberately assembled group of top minds, pulling people from very different but very complementary fields.
Okay, but lots of firms claim to have top minds. What makes AIFEX's mix special, according to the sources? What's the synergy?
It seems to be the blend. You've got leading data scientists, people who can pull meaning out of complex data. Then AI neural network experts, the engineers, actually designing and building the AI brains.
The core tech builders.
Right. Plus, sharp quantitative analysts, the quants, who are masters of financial modeling and statistics. And this seems key. They've integrated seasoned finance industry veterans.
People who actually know the markets from the inside.
Exactly. People who understand the nuances, the regulations, the psychology of the financial world, not just the code. So the tech people aren't just inventing in isolation. Their work is constantly grounded in real-world market knowledge. That synergy seems to be crucial.
That does sound like a powerful, well-rounded mix. Okay, so you've got this cutting-edge tech, this amazing team. How does it all come together in their actual investment product, the AIFEX fund?
Yeah, the AIFEX fund is basically the result of all that working together. It's where the rubber meets the road. Their main goal, according to the sources, is pretty clear: help both individual investors and institutions make sharper, more accurate investment decisions.
Sharper and more accurate. How?
By using the deep insights their AI pulls from all that messy, volatile market data. It's about finding clarity, finding opportunities hidden in the noise.
So it really feels like an upgrade to traditional investing. Using AI to see more, process faster, manage risk better than humans alone. But what's the overall philosophy? Are they aiming for quick wins or something different?
This is where their approach seems quite visionary. The sources emphasize their focus isn't on chasing quick, speculative gains.
No day trading.
Doesn't sound like it. Instead, the goal is explicitly stable, sustainable long-term returns. They want to achieve this through decisions that are deeply informed, backed by data, meticulously analyzed. It suggests a much more strategic, patient outlook.
Which probably sounds reassuring to a lot of investors in today's markets.
I'd imagine so. They're apparently not just chasing trends. They're aiming to build lasting value.
Yeah.
And think about how they get their data. The sources give some pretty wild examples,
Oh, yeah. Like what?
like using AI to analyze satellite imagery.
Satellite images for
Yeah,
finance.
to gauge economic activity. Things like tracking the number of ships in ports or cars in retail parking lots,
Wow.
even monitoring construction sites from space to get a real-time read on economic health, supply chains, consumer behavior.
Wow. I was looking
Yeah,
at the economy from orbit.
literally. Or, back down on Earth, extracting subtle market sentiment from social media chatter, understanding the collective mood online to anticipate market shifts.
So analyzing satellites and tweets to make investment calls. The scale is kind of mind-bending.
It really is. And the key is that AI can do these tasks with, as the source puts it, superior speed and scale compared to what any human team could manage.
Right.
So the ultimate goal for the AI Fix Fund seems to be harnessing all of this, the AI analytics, the blockchain security, the expert human team, to create a really significant competitive advantage in investment.
And that's the appeal, right? The promise of smarter data-driven decisions aiming for stable long-term growth in a really complex world.
That seems to be the core value proposition, yes.
Okay, this has been incredibly insightful, a real deep dive into AI Fix. So just to quickly recap, we're looking at a company that seems genuinely noteworthy, skillfully blending advanced AI, blockchain, and a really top-tier diverse team.
Absolutely. They're not just tinkering with tech, they're forging new strategic tools. And the clear goal seems to be generating better, more stable investment returns by tackling real financial challenges with this powerful, integrated approach. It feels very deliberate, very forward-looking.
It really does. And, as we wrap this up, it kind of leaves us with a big question to chew on, doesn't it? For you, the listener.
Mm-hmm.
As AI gets better and better at analyzing markets, making complex investment decisions, what happens to the human element? Intuition, gut feeling, experience, even emotion, things that have always been seen as pretty critical in finance. How does that role change?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What's the future balance going to look like between the raw power of AI and the wisdom, perhaps, of human experience?
Yeah.
In the big trading firms, sure, but also in your own personal investment choices.
Yeah. Definitely something to keep thinking about. It's a fascinating frontier we're watching unfold.
It really is. Keep an eye on the
Yeah.
space.